Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming my Reading Rush TBR for 2020. I have been doing the Reading Rush since 2016, so this will be my 4th year if I can do math, and I'm super excited. Reading Rush is, if you don't know, but I doubt that you don't know it because it's like the biggest readathon on the whole platform everywhere. It's a week-long readathon with challenges and sprints and lots of fun things. I usually just like don't participate in anything except like read a whole week, so I'm like super insociable. I will leave more info about the readathon down below if you're interested. The first time I did the Reading Rush, I actually managed to read 7 books the first time, and it was like the first time I've read that many books in that amount of time, and I was like so shocked and I struggled a lot. And then the next few years after that I managed to read like 11 and 10 books and stuff, and this is my 4th year and I'm hoping I can do around 10. However, I do have work this time around. I have worked 3 days in the Reading Rush, so that sucks. But last year I did have school every single day of the Reading Rush, and also the year before that I did have work as well. The only year, actually first year, and I still managed well, so I always underestimate myself. But what if I overestimate myself this year? Either way, I am doing all the 7 challenges, plus I have some extra books here, so I'm gonna go through them all because that's why we are here. The first challenge is to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. My birthday is in May, so the birthstone there is emerald, if I googled correctly. For that one, I had help from my friends because I'm really bad at colors, but yay, I had some options on my shelves, and I went with A Crown of Fishes by Varshney Chakshi. This one is the companion / sequel to The Star Touched Queen, which I read earlier this year. I had it on my Asian May TBR, I didn't get to it, so it's perfect because I'm trying to get to all the ones I say I will read in my TBR. I actually thought this was like 500 pages, I don't know why, but it's only like 360, which is around a good amount of pages for a readathon book. We should never go over 500. I did that once and it was stupid. Around 300 to 400 is good. 200 of course would be the best thing, or just read manga because then you get to read a lot. It's a good choice, I think, and I think I will love it because I love the first one so much, and yay, I heard so many good things about this one. Next challenge is to read a book that starts with the word the, or like if you don't read in English, I assume you can take the version of the that you have in your language, but I did go with the English book, and I am reading The Queen's Poisoner by Jeff Wheeler. I had it for a long time, and it's the first book in this series, the King Fountain series, and I think every book he is a different age, the main character, and I think the main character here is the Queen's Poisoner, poison taster perhaps. It's around 300 pages, so it's perfect. I love the series and I heard really good things, so I'm excited to see how I will feel about it. This one, like, I had so many options for this one, but I just chose something that looked short and quick. The third challenge is to read a book that inspired a movie you already watched. I had on my shelf actually the perfect pick for this, and that is Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. I watched the Warm Bodies movie when it was out. What year was it? 2014? 16, 15? Something around like that, and I actually bought the book really quickly after, but I never read it, and I even have like the movie cover, which is kind of funny. Like, the movie was fine, but like I didn't love it, but I did think it was fun. It's like a zombie thing, and I always wanted to read a book, and I had it for ages, so it was a perfect time. 239 pages, so it's also perfect for a readathon. So glad I had a pick for this at once. No books arrives right now. Had to just pick things I only had on my shelves, unless I wanted to go to the store and use way too much money because they're expensive there. The first challenge was to read the first book you touch. I didn't film this, but I made my 2 best friends pick out 1 book each on my shelves, and then I'll just like close my eyes. I didn't know what to pick at all, so it could have been like a thick one, it could have been anything. If I read it before, I might not have picked it, but like my best friend was there and she knows usually what I read. But the point was that they held 1 book each. The one I touched, we kind of failed it, but it was really funny when it happened. One that I chose was Mooncolor Scar's Wake by Leona Seymour. This one I actually got from one of the friends that was there, so that was kind of funny, and I had it for years and haven't read it. Okay, like 2 years. Maybe 3, I'm thinking hard. But yeah, it's around 348 pages. It's a fantasy. This person was a YouTuber and they basically quit YouTube to be able to write this book. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I had it for a while and I do want to read it because I got it and I hadn't heard about it at all when I got it, so that is fun. And I'm excited to read and see what I feel about it. So yay, reading something completely different and stuff for this, so that's fun. Not completely different because obviously I have read fantasy before. What am I even saying? The 5th challenge was to read a book outside, and this one was a lot of feedback on because a lot of people can't go obviously outside right now. I technically can because Norway is in a different condition right now, and also I have a yard and stuff. So I'm not completely sure how I will do this challenge yet, but we will see. Like maybe I will just sit by the window because I'm too lazy to be outside. Point is that I could choose basically any book for this then, because it's not the specifics in the books but more where you are. So I picked up Children of Virtue and Vengeance, which is the sequel to Children of Blood and Bone, and I basically just got this in May. I've been so excited to read the sequel since I finished the first book that went crazy. I think it will be a quick read. It's like 400 pages. It's a bit thicker than the other ones, almost 400. But I read really quickly. At least I know I'll read this quickly because I already read the first book and then I know kind of how fast I will read it. So yeah, I picked this one and I'm excited, okay? The next challenge is to read a book in a genre you always wanted to read more in. For this one, I have 2 options of genres I want to read more in, which is non-fiction and adult fantasy. However, I think adult fantasy is like a really stupid choice to go with in readathon because you will read, I think I read it really slowly and I had an option for it. But then I realized I had another option too, which is much shorter, and that is a non-fiction book that I just got, and that is Idiot by Laura Cleary. This one I got from my best friend, and Laura is a Instagrammer and like a YouTuber and stuff, and she makes really like funny sketch videos, and this is a book that she wrote about her and her addiction and different things, and it's really short, like 200 something pages, 248 or something, so I think it fits for a readathon and I really want to read it. My best friend got it for me, who is like follows her more than I do, but I do think she's funny too, so she wanted me to read it, and I think this is a perfect time to do it because it's short and fun and yay. Apparently I got really good reviews, so yay. Of course, like non-fiction books with memoirs and stuff, or like autobiographies that I couldn't pronounce, you have to be interested in a person to enjoy the book. I think you can't just pick up random books about random people. I mean, some people might do, but like I wouldn't do that. But like it sounds like an interesting story, and she has like funny humor, so I hope that humor reflects in her book too. So yay, I decided to read this one. It's short and I need short things for readathons. The 7th and last challenge is to read a book that takes place on a different continent than yours. So I live in Norway and I live in Europe, and almost all the books I have is set in the United States, and some in other places in Europe and some in Asia and stuff. And of course fantasy is not set on any continent at all. I don't even know. Point is that I am reading one set in America because I went easy. And I'm gonna read Tyler Johnson Was Here by J. Coles, which I had for a while. This one I know follows a police brutality story. I don't know the details of it because I didn't want to spoil myself, but I know it follows that. It's always a relevant theme in today's climate, and it's always important to read more about it and educate yourself more about it. So yeah, I had this for quite a long while, but I wanted to read it for a really long time, and I think the cover is super pretty with the flowers and stuff. Yay, it's a contemporary, so 300 pages, 296, perfect for a readathon, and I think I will be sad, so that's great, but I like to make myself sad. And then the Reading Rush also has like a group book slash like a book club pick, and I don't have that book because yay, they do have it in my local store, but it's like an ugly edition of it, and I don't want an ugly edition because I'm trash. So I am just doing it on audio. I always have an audiobook throughout Reading Rush week because like when I do other things like go to work or like, I don't know, exist, I like to have an audiobook on. Makes me do extra reading plus all the other reading, because then when I have to do other things I'm still reading all the time. So I decided to pick it out on audiobook, and it's called Such a Fun Age by Kaylee Raid. I will do it on audiobook and get a physical copy later, so I will be participating in the book club, even though like I probably won't actually talk to anyone about it because no one talks to me. But at least I'm reading it and I feel part of the club, yay. So now we have 8 books, and I think I will be able to do these, and the rest is just extra. I'm hoping for like 10, that's my hope, but like since I said I do have work 3 days and I do take a lot of time out of my day, we will see. I will like totally read as much as I can at work though. To choose these 3, I took things for my other TBRs and other months that I didn't get to because I was a slow poop, and that last TBRs I had that I didn't get to was for May. So they all like Asian because I had an Asian TBR, but I didn't get to them because I was slow. I picked out 3, so like in theory I could read 10, and then plus the audiobook it would be 11, but that's ambitious. In the other TBRs I never actually added the extra ones. But now I do, and now it won't happen. But in other ones, I didn't add extra ones, I just managed to read them. Either way, first we have Furthermore by Tara Muffy. This is a middle grade, and I know I will read it quickly because middle grade I read quickly. So I think it's a good pick for this, and it's like 400 pages. I could do this, hopefully. We then have Prodigy by Marie Lu. This is the sequel to Legend, and I still haven't read the sequel, even though I did read Legend recently, 2 years ago or something. How long it is? Like 350 pages, so possibly, and I know I will read this quickly too, so yay. And the last option I have for like this is From Twinkle with Love by Sandhya Menon. This one is also contemporary, and I know I will be reading it quickly. I actually read When Dimple Met Rishi for another reading rush, like 2017, so like it would be funny if I actually picked up the next one. I haven't read a Sandhya Menon book since 2017. That's like 3 years ago. Oh my god, like all her books I want to read, but I haven't actually read any because I suck. That was weird to think about. Either way, and it is like 300 pages, so yeah, and contemporary, so it will be quick. If I do well, and depending on the length of the books, I can read like 2 to almost 3 books every day. Depends how long I stay up and how much I actually read, because you know, you say you're gonna read and then you go to Twitter or you play games or something stupid like I do all the time. Usually in Reading Rush I'm really focused and I manage to only read and not spend time on other things, even though like I do spend a little time on other things. Reading Rush I'm very focused, and that's why I manage to read so much. So if you want tips to do a readathon, just like manage your time mostly. Like don't use those 10 minutes on Twitter or like that 1 hour on Twitter. All the things you usually do in that week, cut them out, anything you can, and just put in reading there. That's what I do. Like I don't do anything. I usually play and do other things, but in the Reading Rush week, because I know I want to rewatch in that week, I just literally read as much as I can. I try to, at least. And yay, so that is my TBR. I hope you're excited for the Reading Rush. I will be vlogging, hopefully, like in one big vlog, and I will do a wrap up of all the books I managed to read. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me down below what you're gonna read if you're gonna participate, and you will see me soon in a new video. Bye!